it going? I'm Vixie, welcome. Today I'm going to be setting up my B6 Stalogy, and it's a red one. Look at this absolute stunning beauty that seems to have a crease in it. Perfect. This is a half year Stalogy. I will have the shop linked in the description because I know that these are actually really hard to find in Australia for some reason. I don't know why, but like hardly anyone ever sells them. So when I found out about this from my friend Lisa, shout out to you, Lisa. Thank you so very much for this. I just went and I bought one pretty much straight away. I will say though, there were only a couple of colors available at the time I bought this. The black one was sold out and the blue one, I believe, was sold out. So they only had the red and this really pretty yellow. It was a hard choice. Honestly, it really was a hard choice. But I went with the red, especially because I have been after a red planner cover for so long and haven't managed to find one. So I thought this would be perfect. But before I get into all of that, I'm going to show you everything that I have to set up my planner. All right, so as per usual, I will have everything listed in the description if I can have it listed, but fair warning, most of the stuff that I have here I've made myself. So I have this vellum, which I'm not sure I'm going to use yet. In fact, well, there's only one vellum that I know I'm definitely going to use, but I'm not sure on the rest, but I have them here just in case. So I have this really pretty one. This one, this image I found online somewhere. I don't remember where I found it though. I will try and find it because I love it and I want to share it with you, but I don't know how successful I'll be. I will try. This really pretty vellum, printed that myself as well. Then I have this little unwellness picture, which I made myself. I just Googled this, I think I just Googled like sick or something, unwell, something like that, because I want to have like an unwellness section because, you know, I normally have a wellness section in each month that I set up. And so this I wanted to have to track all of our sicknesses, especially if we have COVID again. I just like to track all of that information so that I can refer back to it. This amazing image that you have probably already seen if you watched my personal wide flip, I have that in there. I have this, which you can't see because it's all just important dates for like my family. It's all like family related stuff. So sorry about that. I have my Queensland public holiday insert. This is a freebie on my Google Drive and I'll have that linked in the description if you're in Queensland and you want this. I have a 2022 yearly overview calendar and I had this in the beginning of my first half of the year in my first Stalogy, and I want to put this back into the second half of the year for my second Stalogy so that I don't have to refer back to the first book if I need to for any reason. I just want to have everything here and I'm going to go back and retroactively fill all this in. I have my yearly period tracker. This is a new tracker for me. I haven't been tracking this, I should say. But, you know, I'm getting to a point now where I could be possibly perimenopausal. I'm in my 40s. For those of you who don't know, I'm in my 40s. And so I want to now start tracking some things that I was not tracking previously. So I made this up myself. I love how this turned out. Like, this image is awesome. Love it. And then I have a little fold out, which basically talks about perimenopause and symptoms and things like that. So that's going in there. And then this is my favorite part. So normally I would do a washi dashboard. I'm not doing that this time. Instead, I'm going to do that. Isn't this freaking amazing? I love this image. This was from Theoretical Design, her Patreon. I did her Patreon for the month of July. Yeah, July. And I jumped all over it because she was doing a Stranger Things theme, and that Stranger Thing, I'm obsessed with Stranger Things. It's like one of my absolute favorite shows ever. And so when I saw that she was doing this, I was like, yes. So I subscribed to her Patreon, got a whole bunch of stuff, and now I'm excited to use it. I'm so excited. So that is this front part, which I guess we're just going to get into. I'm just going to move everything out of the way. And I'm really nervous. I've already cut it down so you can see. I'm so nervous to do this, but you can see that it fits, basically. I might have to round the corners. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk during this. I'm always so scared to round corners. It's like a dumb thing to be scared of. You know why though? Because I'm always scared that if I round them and they're not going to look good. Oh, well, I'm committed now. Let's just see. Please look good. Oh yeah, okay. Now that scary part's done. I have to focus on the next scary part, which is actually getting this down straight. And this is not, as per usual, removable sticker paper. I've watched so many people do this for so long, like years. Actual years I have watched people do this and they're just like, oh, make sure it's stuck down at the corners and blah, blah, blah. Well, I've done that, haven't I? And it still comes up freaking crooked. All right, I think that is as straight as I'm going to get it. I'm just going to push that down. Committed now. Geez, that better be bloody straight. It looks straight, doesn't it? It doesn't look crooked. This is always like the hard part for me. Where's my pig? He's going to keep my page down there. I mean, let's be honest, this whole thing is hard for me to do. And yeah, I always insist on doing it on camera. And everybody always makes this look so easy. I got the first part down. Let's see. Please be straight. That's pretty much all I'm asking for at this point in my life. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, actually. I think it came out crooked, so nothing I can do about that now. I'm going to press on. Get it? Pressing, because that's what I'm doing. All right, I'll shut up now. All right. It's not even really that noticeable. Like I can see that it's crooked, but it's not going to bug me, I think. Yay me! All right, calm down. Only on this page here, I just have a photo of myself, which I don't actually have at the moment. So I'm going to leave that one blank. And then when I get a photo, I'll put it in here. So you'll see that in a flip. Let's get her in. This would have been me like 20 years ago. I'm not even kidding. She's not on sticker paper. So I got to use my tape. I got this big roll of tape. If you're in Australia, by the way, I got this big roll of tape from Officeworks. It's like $5 and it's massive. It's so big and it's 50 meters. 50. You see that? 6mm, 50 meters, and it's $5. And it's easy to rip too. If you've never seen that before, like you can just rip it with your fingers. You don't have to worry about getting tape or, scissors or anything. It feels so weird to be setting up a B6 again. It's been a really long time, hasn't it? Since I've done a B6 video, like a really long time, because I've just been so actually I want to put this the other way, because I've just been so interested in my personal wide rings, which I'm not ditching that, by the way. I'm still using it every single day religiously. I use it multiple times a day. I'm like in it all the time. So I'm not getting rid of it. But going forward for the rest of this year, I actually want to do something a little bit different with my B6 and use it more like a memory keeper. All right, I have that bit clipped down so I can talk again and I don't have to stress about you guys seeing all of that. Yes, what was I saying? Yes, I'm going to be doing this as a memory keeper going forward for the rest of the year. So I don't need to track everything that I was tracking before, and I don't need to put everything in the front that I had before. All right, so basically I'm just going to take a really long piece of tape that was apparently covered in hair. My cat is laying underneath my desk. I'm going to put that along the outer edge. This is going to be the edge that goes into the crease of the book, the seam of the book. I'm just going to lay it straight along here. Straight's a relative term. I'm going to cut off the excess. Just take my big long ruler, fold the tape back over the ruler along the edge there, line it up so it's straight, push it into the seam and then flick it up onto the opposite page. And, careful, there we go. So it's tipped in and it looks great. And it's not on this page, which I don't like, because when it gets on this page, then it doesn't open all the way and it triggers me. I don't like it. Next up, I'm going to be putting in my yearly overview just so that I can see everything that's happened through the year at a glance and I don't have to go back to the first book. And I'll also be including things on this calendar, like, you know, when we got sick, if any of us have tested positive for COVID again, like big events that you want easy access to. And I don't need to keep track of things like my spending habits, even though I kind of do. I kind of need to keep track of that, but I'm not going to because it makes me uncomfortable. And I talked about that in my personal wide rings flip. It just makes me too uncomfortable. I just don't want to do it. And I don't need to keep track of like discount codes and things like that for shops, because I always check Instagram anyway. That's just like something that I do now. It's just, I never think about it. I just go and check Instagram. And I shop at, so a lot of the shops that I shop at now, I already know who their PR girls are. So I just jump on their their Instagram page and get the code anyway. So it seems redundant to have it written down, especially since a lot of times the PR girls change. Like it's not like a full year thing, you know? So there's no point, because I don't want to go back and be like, oh yeah, I have a code that says Sally 25 and then Sally's not a PR girl anymore, so her code doesn't work. And quite frankly, I never even looked at it anyway in the book. Like I just went straight into Instagram to look at the codes. I never actually went back to my book. And that was something I was talking to my friend about, and I was like, you know, I don't want to put all of this stuff in my Stalogy anymore because I never used it to begin with. It was not something that I ever referred back to, so I don't want to waste the paper and the pages and put it in my new one. So I have really streamlined what I'm going to be putting in this second half of the year. And I feel really good about it, because mainly that just gives me more space and more pages to decorate. Okay, so we're basically done because I just need my yearly period tracker and my info. I've actually enjoyed being able to streamline everything that I want to put into the second half of the year, and I think that that's going to make me want to use it just a little bit more. Well, that and the fact that I've also decided that I cannot set up weekly anymore. Like that's what I was doing before, and I just can't do that. I can still do a monthly setup. At least I'm pretty sure I can still do a monthly setup and it's not going to bug me, but I cannot sit down every week. I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to sit down every single week and plan it out week by week and then do dailies day by day. I can't do that. So going forward for the rest of the year, and I think that's also what makes my decision to do memory keeping in this thing easier too. Like oh no, wait. So I think doing memory planning or memory keeping in here is also going to just motivate me to want to use it more, because I don't have to worry about setting up each week individually. I can just transfer everything from my Kinvor weeks or my personal wide into this, and then I have the chance to make it look really pretty with all the stickers and everything, because this is going to be stickered like up, and I am really, really excited. I probably should have actually trimmed that down. You know what? I'm going to go and trim that down. I can't actually do that on camera because I have a really big paper trimmer, so I can't fit on my desk. Hey. Oh, that's way better. That's way better. Yes. Okay, awesome. And then I can put in this, and that, oh my God, it's going to look amazing. All right, let's see if I can finish getting out my original thought. So I'm actually a lot happier with my decision to do just memory keeping, because I get to sticker it up. I get to use all the pretty things. I get to, but I don't have to worry about setting it up per week, which means I don't have the stress of that. I'll still do my plan with me's and everything, but I think it's going to be much more interesting and better because I get to play with all my stickers and stuff again, which I've actually really missed. I don't know, for some reason in a personal wide or like in a ring bound planner, I don't feel comfortable really using a lot of stickers in it. I think probably because in the back of my mind, it's like, well, it's just paper. It's not a book. It's not a ring. It's not a, you know, a bound book. All right, I like that. And then I can open that, and yes, and that looks amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with that. Okay, so I'm nearly done. So I want to go in the back now. I kind of want to put something here, but oh, that's odd. Why is that bumpy? But this is the first time I've ever used a half year, so I don't know if that's is that a normal thing? Anyway, so now I have to figure out what I'm going to put on here. I might just put like a collage or something. I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to put here. I'm going to leave this blank because I don't want to use, I might reserve these for a pen test page. And then on this page here, see how it's just, I don't know, it's just like folding. I think that's got something to do with this though, because it seems like it does. So I think I'm going to put my unwellness sticker here. Not sticker, it's just a little image that I cut out. And I had to actually physically cut this with scissors because my machine died. And I've been working with Silhouette America because we don't have any support for Silhouette in Australia. Although judging by the people I'm dealing with at Silhouette America, it seems like you guys in America really don't have a lot of support for it either. But anyway, so I'm trying to get that sorted, and I don't think I can because I did speak to a couple of resellers here in Australia, and one of them was absolutely useless. And then the other company that I spoke to, I didn't even buy my machine from, and they were far more helpful. Although they did have some unfortunate news for me and basically told me that the machine was cactus and I was gonna have to buy a new one. And I was like, oh, okay. That's not what I wanted to hear because this is not a cheap machine. It's like $400. To only have it last 2 years, it's not acceptable to me at all. Having said that, I have resigned myself to the fact that I will probably need to buy a new machine. But in the meantime, before I actually go out and do that, I'm going to wait and see if Silhouette America can help me. They just told me to update the firmware on my machine. I was like, it doesn't need a firmware update. Try again. I know they have to, you know, tell you to do all of the easy, obvious stuff first. Like I was in IT, I did tech support for, I don't even know, 5 years. I know the steps you have to go through, but it's very frustrating because I've already done them. I've already done all of the steps that I was supposed to do to get it to work, including trying to reset the carriage. None of it's worked. Yeah, so I'm putting this in the back because I want to be able to just easily flip to it, easily refer to it. And I feel like if I put it in the front, then I will just be like constantly flipping to get to whatever page that I need to get to. So this way, and then I can tab it out. So whoever's sick will have their own little tab. And we've only got a few more months left in the year, so I'm genuinely hoping that this part doesn't really even get used. I will put in my oldest daughter just recently got over being sick again. She didn't have COVID. We did get tested and everything because she didn't have COVID. But I want to put all of her symptoms down anyway, just in case, because they mimicked COVID. All right, but that is it, I think, for this setup. But anyway, let's do a quick flip. My favorite page, and this is how I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to put anything else on it, although I did think briefly about putting that really pretty hollow film over it, you know, so it's that clear sticker paper, but it's like holographic. I was going to put that over the top, but I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is because I just love it. And Eddie, I have a blank page kept for my photo when I get one taken and put it in here. And then I have my, I don't even know what to call her really. She's just, I don't know. She's just a cartoon that I really, really love. Like this illustration I absolutely love. And I have her as my like Vixie's Day section in my personal wide. And so I don't know, I just love it. It makes me happy to look at, so I've got her in there. Okay, and then we have my family important dates. I'm not going to show you that. Really pretty vellum Queensland Public Holiday insert, which I made myself. And then we have the 2022 year overview, so I will go back and fill out all of this. And then I have my yearly period tracker, this beautiful tip-in vellum, and some info on perimenopause, which I think I'm going through, or it will be soon. And in the back, I have my own wellness section, which I hope I won't have to use very much for the rest of the year. And that's it for this setup. It was a really quick, easy setup. I'm really happy. I'm glad that I have streamlined everything and I'm not putting all the crap in it that I had in my first part of the year, in my first Stalogy. So I'm really, really happy that I have streamlined that down. And yeah, the next video that I have out for my B6 Stalogy will be a September setup, which I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to do that. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, everybody.